green tea has been found to have anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and anti-cancer effects. Back when I lived in the States, the reason drinking it didn't become a habit was that it was simply annoying to have to buy it at the supermarket.
Even the standard Japanese diet doesn't really have a lot of like salads, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It has like vegetables and stuff like that.
Plenty of fermented foods have been part of the Japanese diet for a very long time. There's natto, soy sauce, miso, fermented fish, and tsukemono.
That's pretty wild.
That's
man.
cool.
That's actually really cool.
今日はなぜ日本人は健康なのかについての動画を見てみるよ。 Let's find out! こんにちは、全人類と友達になるところ、僕がミスターです。そして僕がバイロンです。
アロンです。
今日のテーマは日本人が健康な理由についての動画を見てみよう。
Wait, why?
健康ですか？
いや、僕はちょっとあんまり編集で寝てないんで健康じゃないと思うんですけど、YouTube チャンネルで What I've Learned さんっていうね、YouTube チャンネルがあるんだけど、そのチャンネルがなんで日本人は健康なのかっていう動画を作ってて、今日はそのリアクションしたいと思うんだけど、一般的にね、日本人って多分海外の人と比べたら健康的で長生きみたいな話があると思うよね、でそれを海外の人目線で分析してくれたというか動画を作ってくれたんで、実際にみんなは日本に住む外国人としてどう思うのかっていうのをね、聞いていきたいと思います。
Let's do it! Let's go!
それでは行ってみましょう。
When it comes to health, weight, of course, is not everything.
Whoa.
But since there are so many health complications from being overweight or obese,
Wait,
it's
what?
safe to say that
I know
Japan,
that-
with an obesity rate of 3.5%, is generally healthier than America, with an obesity rate of 30%.
Oh, hello.
Oopsies,
It
sorry.
has found itself on the 2012 top 50 list for cancer rates, but it comes near the bottom of that list at rank 48.
Huh.
America is at rank number 6.
Yes!
Japan
Yes!
with America.
Wait, what?
Simply because these are the two countries I've lived in. Last time, I argued that convenient access to reasonably healthy food in Japan helps people stay thin.
We saw that video.
Contributes to health. In my last video, a lot of comments pointed out that in Tokyo, you end up walking everywhere, which is true and should help people stay lean. Also, walking while eating is generally frowned upon, so more walking means less snacking.
Just hide your
Public
mouth.
transportation here is impressively convenient and reliable. If you're traveling around Tokyo, your destination is almost within a 20-minute walk from that area's train, subway, or bus station.
Highly agree.
However, this is just Tokyo. Such a population-dense part of Japan with highly organized public transportation, unsurprisingly, has the lowest rate of car ownership in Japan.
Interesting.
What's interesting is that the average body mass index doesn't change too drastically prefecture to prefecture.
I didn't know they
And
had
higher
that.
car ownership doesn't particularly correlate to higher body mass index.
Huh.
That said, more walking surely helps people stay leaner and healthier, but it's just one piece of a bigger puzzle.
I will say something though. Every Los Angeles person I've came and showed them around Japan, all of them say, "My legs are tired. Let's sit down." Like, what? We've only walked 20,000 steps. Like, why are you so tired? But yeah, no LA person likes to walk around. They're used to their car all the time. So you have to go. It's like the good places are at least 20 minutes away. We gotta walk. Can we just Uber? And no, just come on. I have so much stamina now. I didn't realize.
アメリカはそういう文化でね、ルーマニアとかもみんな車使うの。
This is actually a common topic for Americans who visit Europe as well. They say the same thing.
Oh yeah, why do we have to walk everywhere?
Because Europe also has this culture of like walking and especially big cities being created for walk, like walkable, compared to like big cities in America, such as Los Angeles, where you still need a car. I would say that most likely Japanese might be walking more than Europeans.
マレーシアも同じですけど、みんな車で、家近くのコンビニも行っても車で行って、暑いからみんなあんまり歩きたくないんですよ。本当です。
I mean, yeah, you don't want to step outside that heat, humidity.
それは
Yeah.
本当です。
You're gonna lose weight just like existing outside. You're just gonna sweat.
I remember when I visited Malaysia, I had a local friend show me around, and we went to this mall, which was like a 15 minutes walk from the train station. And I was like, oh, it's just 15 minutes, let's just walk it. And my friend was like, No. Why would you walk it?
Yeah.
There is a cart specifically designed for people
Yes.
that come with the train,
Yes.
that pick you from the train station and takes you to the mall
Yes.
for free. Because no one wants to walk it.
Yeah.
I'm
Next, the portion sizes in Japan are definitely smaller.
Yeah.
Here's what
Yeah.
some typical lunches look like.
Yes.
Ah.
When I first came to live in Japan in 2010, I remember always being a little disappointed with the size of the meals. Of course,
Yeah.
bigger portions and even all-you-can-eat places are available, but since food is more expensive here, I had to just get used to eating less food. In 2014, people spend on average about 13.5% of their income on food,
What?
which is more than twice what people in America spent.
Really?
In
No way.
2013, 3,682 calories were consumed per person per day in America.
Oh my
But it was only
gosh.
2,726 calories per day.
That's about
in
1,000.
Japan.
Yeah.
So
oh
Japanese
my
people
Man, that's like a
goodness.
spend more money
perma-bulk, man.
for less
Bulking
calories.
forever.
Although, cheap calories from the sugar in soda is probably a factor here, as Americans consume more than 5 times the amount of soda Japan did in
More than
2011.
5.
Nice.
サイズってさ、なんかそんなに違うもんなの？
Oh yes, it
Totally.
is.
I think like with sodas especially, that's like a very calorie dense thing, right? So like a large, and even in Canada, I don't know what America's like, but in Canada, a large, like the movie theater I used to work at, a large is like that big or something like that, right? And large in Japan is like Canada's medium.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even like the small in Canada is like almost the same size as like the medium in
Yeah.
Japan.
And when he's talking about large, he's not talking about like a straight like hosoi yatsu. It's like fast. Like,
yeah, it's. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like cinched in at the
yes,
bottom.
yes, yes.
And then
it
you-
has like a muffin top.
You got the big gulps too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, at 7-Eleven.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Big
yeah.
gulp for 7-Eleven. Very, very big.
I
Yeah.
remember when I went to United States for exchange for like maybe half a year. I love the size of the United States. They have this thing called family size.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Get it from maybe like Walmart and then you go back and can eat for like whole months for one person, like for real. Imagine.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
そんなに量多かったらさ、太っちゃうんじゃない？
Well, that's the problem.
That's the thing. Yeah, I mean, you saw those statistics. It speaks for themselves, right? Come on. Yeah.
30% obesity rate. I mean, I wonder why. You know.
Right, right. I mean, that's why a lot of Americans try to fight for more healthier places. That's why, like, eating an acai bowl or
Yeah.
eating kale or organic food, like, they try to shoot for that because, you know, we have a very bad image about the average American being obese.
Except the healthy options cost 3 times as much. So
Correct. Yeah.
that's-
So you're only if you're healthy, you're rich.
Yeah.
Next, the type of food being eaten here is of course different. You may have noticed in the clips I just showed that everything comes with rice. The Japanese diet is by no means low carb.
Yeah.
But while Japan and America eat about the same amount of the 2 grains wheat and rice combined,
Interesting.
Japan eats about half as much wheat as America. Cutting out
cupcakes.
wheat or gluten is usually suspected to be only a fad, but gluten, found in wheat and not rice, has been shown to have some unique properties. This 2012 Brazilian rodent study, for example, found that putting just 4.5% wheat gluten in the diet increases body fat, inflammation, and insulin resistance. Work by Dr. Alessio Fasano and his team has shown that the gliadin protein of gluten, through the stimulation of a protein called zonulin, opens up the spaces between the epithelial cells in your gut. This allows gliadin fragments to leak through the gut into the bloodstream, provoking an immune response and inflammation. However, since the reaction to gluten differs person to person, and the science is relatively new and complex, it's hard to say by what degree wheat is worse than rice, or how much wheat is too much.
Correct.
Next is the regular consumption of
crazy.
fermented foods in Japan. Elia Mechnikov, winner of the 1908 Nobel Prize in Medicine, was the first to propose the theory that lactic acid bacteria are beneficial to human health. He suggested that oral administration of cultures of fermentative bacteria would implant the beneficial bacteria in the intestinal tract. As research on the gut microbiome develops, the health effects of certain gut microbes and bacteria are becoming clearer. A transplant of the microbes from one overweight woman to another woman caused the receiving woman to become obese.
What?
And it's been found that transplanting microbes from a confident mouse to an anxious mouse will make that anxious mouse more confident.
Interesting.
It's estimated that there are 500 to 1,000 species of bacteria just in your gut, and it's important to take care of the right species of these bacteria. There's even research showing that certain microbes produce certain neurotransmitters. And fermented foods are supposed to support the microbes that we do want to have. Plenty of fermented foods have been part of the Japanese diet for a very long time. There's natto, soy sauce, miso, fermented fish, and tsukemono, which is pickled vegetables. Kimchi, a fermented food traditionally from Korea, is also widely available in Japan.
Well, this is really interesting because I just went back to the States and, I've been talking about how there's a lot of healthy options, right? And, I think that it's these kinds of probiotic things are generally available at the stores, right? Because you have things like Yakult, you have things like kimchi, you have things like natto, right? And they have fermentation and that helps your microbiome inside of your gut, right? And so, when I went to America, they wouldn't have sections like this that show like fermented foods. They would literally have supplements that include probiotics, right? Or it's like, they have plus probiotics to help your microbiome inside of your gut, right? And so you would buy these like knowing that you would get the same properties of fermented food, but in pill form, or like in like a gummy form, or in every LA's favorite way to consume probiotics, kombucha. Yes, and that's how you get like a healthier gut, by going to these sections. So it's really interesting that they point this out, how the microbiome does affect like your gut health and everything, and how it's just so embedded inside of Japanese culture.
発酵食品、納豆とかっていうのはみんなの国でも食べる、普通に。
食べます。
なんか毎日めっちゃ食べる感じのは少ないって感じ。
I feel like we just don't eat it at all, really. I think like
cheese,
anything.
Kombucha,
yogurt,
yogurt, yeah.
But even then, I feel like a lot of the time, yogurt's kind of seen as like almost like a treat in some way. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Because like you can get like a pack of yogurt, like those like snack-sized yogurt cup things. They're always like loaded with sugar and like fruity flavors and stuff like that. So it's like a really sweet thing.
Right.
It's almost like a pudding, like a dessert pudding, if you know what I mean.
確かになんか日本の発酵食品で砂糖が入ってめっちゃ甘い感じのやつってイメージあんまないかもね。
Right, and even those like Yakult things, those small shots, it's like it's sweet, but it's like this big. So it's not like you're downing a whole bunch of sugar just to get the benefits of the probiotic, right?
食べれば食べるほど不健康な方が勝っちゃう可能性もある。
Yeah. So I feel like you have to be like hyper selective of what you eat in North America in order to have the same sort of dietary benefits.
It's kind of crazy because like I'm just thinking about like I keep talking about a trip to America, but then I'm just figuring out like what I ate every day, like in a typical day inside of America. Like I woke up and I ate like cookies, and then for breakfast I would eat like something sweet like pancakes, and then I would eat like ribs or like pork mixed with like sugar, and then I would have ice cream after. And then and the ice cream, it wouldn't just be regular ice cream. We would have like chocolate syrup, it would have sprinkles, and it would have candied cherries on top. And I'm just like eating all this stuff. And then like, I've lived in Japan for so long where I'm like, dang, I really need a salad. And I've never thought that in my life. Dang, I really need a salad. Like, when did I ever have that thought? Like, my friends are here, it's like, oh yeah, let's go for more sweets. I'm like, chill out. I'm gonna go over here, get something a little bit healthier. Right?
And the weird thing is, like, even the standard Japanese diet doesn't really have a lot of, like, salads, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It has, like, vegetables and stuff like that, but it doesn't have, like, a North American concept of, like, a healthy salad in that way. But the fact that you're saying, like, I need to have a healthy salad to, like, counteract all the stuff that I've been eating, right? But you never really have that feeling or that thought in your mind in Japan, right? Because every day you're eating some sort of either lean meat or like fermented thing, like miso shiru or something.
Yes.
Right? You never really feel the need to eat like specifically I need to have this healthy thing because every day is kind of like a generally healthy.
Right. That's crazy how it's just a way of life, right? To stay particularly healthy.
What a joke.
Whoa.
Fermented foods like these are very easy to find at the supermarket, and it's common to get a side of Japanese pickles with your meal. The next point is balanced meat consumption. In 2017, total meat consumption in the US per capita was 98.4 kilograms.
Let's go, baby!
1.4 kilograms of meat were consumed in Japan. American people per capita ate only 7 kilograms of seafood in 2015, while Japanese people ate 27.3 kilograms of fish products in 2015.
Yeah.
If the meat everyone was eating was antibiotic-free, grass-fed meat, high meat consumption might not be a bad thing. But in any case, we can agree that a higher fish intake is generally good for you. And I don't think it would surprise you to hear that it's really easy to get fish wherever you are in Japan.
Agreed.
But there's another kind of balance that might be a factor. It's the muscle meat to organ meat ratio.
Oh.
Organ meats have not usually been much of a component in the American diet.
No.
During World War II, people were encouraged to eat organ meats as part of the food rationing effort. Articles like this one in this 1943 issue of Time magazine sold organ meats as highly nutritious and explained how to cook them. The effort had some success in changing people's views on organ meats, but the effect didn't last much longer than the war itself.
Yeah.
This is unfortunate because, as the Time magazine issue shows, organ meats are rich in certain vitamins that muscle meat is not. And glycine, an amino acid found in skin, cartilage, and connective tissue, has several important health benefits.
Ooh.
From being an anti-inflammatory to improving skin elasticity, improving insulin response, and it has been shown to ameliorate oxidative stress and lower blood pressure.
Get out of town.
Interesting.
This study found that you could get a 30% increase in lifespan in rodents by restricting methionine, an amino acid found in muscle meat. Or you could get a 30% increase in lifespan by supplementing glycine. Glycine supplementation also reduced fasting blood sugar, fasting insulin, and even triglycerides. So it looks like the potential negative effects from eating too much muscle meat can be counteracted by simply consuming more of things like skin, cartilage, connective tissue, and bone broth.
Interesting.
That's pretty wild.
That's
man.
cool.
That's actually really cool.
Good thing I love cartilage. Yeah, eat the whole drumstick, okay? Don't just eat the meat, like eat the other thing.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I always like felt that skin had like really bad.
Image.
Yeah,
Image,
yeah.
isn't it?
I always try to like remove the skin. You
Yeah.
like,
Especially when
skin-
you eat chicken breast, you remove it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the skin's the worst part kind of thing.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
often think that. That's
Same,
interesting.
same, yeah.
All right, the lesson is eat the whole chicken.
Eat
right?
the whole chicken.
Eat the whole
Eat the whole chicken. I mean, if we go to like Toriki, like having the heart is delicious, having
Yeah.
the liver is
Yeah.
delicious, right? Gizzard,
Torikawa.
so delicious, dude. Cartilage, oh, bomb.
The skin too, like I've never liked the skin of the chicken, the way you would make it, like on a plate next to mashed potato, for example. But every time I go to an izakaya, to a yakitori, first thing you order,
The chicken.
the kawa.
Yeah.
The kawa.
It's so interesting because like the only places where I can see you eating cartilage inside of the West is a Japanese izakaya
Oh, yeah.
and in the
Yeah.
States.
Yeah.
Because they cook gizzard, they cook cartilage, right? You can't go to like an American diner and go like, I want a plate of cartilage and liver. Right?
You're like,
They're
what's wrong with you? Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with this? Like, get some
This is
ribs.
America. We don't.
Yeah. With the whole other pig for you to
Yeah.
use. Don't use the objects that we don't put inside of food regularly, right?
鶏皮とかあんまり食べたくない。
I feel like for some reason there must have been some sort of campaign.
When you make fried chicken, like that's the best part of the fried
Yeah.
chicken, right? And you eat the skin.
The best
That's
part.
also the most unhealthiest part because it has the most fat,
Yeah.
right? You're eating all the meat. It's crunchy. It's delicious, full of oil. Yeah, you want to mostly eat white meat if you're trying to be healthy.
Yeah.
Consuming more of things like skin, cartilage, connective tissue, and bone broth. Now, in America, you can surely find organ meats at some supermarkets, but in my 20 years in America, organ meats were rarely on the menu, though chicken skin is easy to find. Over in Japan, organ meats aren't eaten every day, of course, but they are more common. You can find them at the supermarket or at barbecue places, and horomonyaki places specialize in organ meats.
Tenchan daisuki.
Yeah. Tongue soup. Hell
You can
yeah.
also get them on skewers at yakitori places.
They're so good.
Oh, I love yakitori so
Pork
much.
is a big part of Okinawan cuisine, and they don't waste much of the animal.
Good.
That's good.
Another
Yeah.
thing is green tea consumption. Green tea has been found to have anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and anti-cancer effects, as well as blood sugar lowering effects thanks to the catechins in it. Though I'm betting green tea being healthy isn't new information to you. Back when I lived in the States, the reason drinking it didn't become a habit was that it was simply annoying to have to buy it at the supermarket and then come home and make it.
That's true.
Here,
Yeah.
pretty much any restaurant serves it, sometimes for free, and you can always buy it from one of the many, many vending machines prevalent throughout the country. What might be an even bigger benefit from regularly drinking green tea and other teas is that it keeps people from drinking sugary sodas. Here, I rarely see people drinking soda with their meal, but I see people drinking tea all the time.
Can I just say something about that drink thing? Like, okay, I went to Costco, not in Japan. I went to Costco, and then I was like, I'm thirsty, I need something, right? And I went to the freaking vending machine, and I looked at it, colas, there's a soda, energy drinks. like sports drinks, and the only thing available that was not sweet, water. That's it. And I'm like, okay, I guess I have to drink water then. Like, I don't want to drink a sugary drink, right? There's just no healthy choices for me, even like a vending machine anymore. Thank God we have Japanese vending machines with ocha.
That's a good point, man. Yeah, it's like they're all over the place. A and B,
Yeah.
they're stocked with like mostly good stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
One last point is the food being served to young children. In Japan, school meals are planned out by a nutritionist,
Yeah.
cooked mostly from scratch from local ingredients, then served in the classroom by the students,
Oh,
and
sick.
eating manners are taught by the teacher. The only drink allowed is milk, so students can't be drinking juice or other sweet drinks. The meals aren't always perfect, but they're a lot better than what I remember getting from the cafeteria in grade school in the States.
America.
There's plenty more things about Japan I haven't mentioned here. Some that I even expected to be bigger determinants of health, like the consumption of processed foods, sugar, and processed corn, seed, and soy oils. In short, it seems that people in Japan eat a lot more food, rather than food-like products.
Yeah.
Ah, great point.
Japan's food culture has contributed a lot to health over here, and I expect more could be learned from looking at other countries' food environments.
That video made me hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would totally go for some yakitori right now.
Yeah, let's go to
Dinner time.
Toriki, please.
はい、ということで今日は日本人はなぜ健康なのかという動画を見てみました。どうだった？
さすが日本!
さすが日本。
さすが日本ですね。
さすがにそう
さすが日本。
Choice of food, y'all walk everywhere,
Yeah.
y'all eat all of the chicken, all of the pig,
Innards.
right? Innards. Oh yeah. I mean, I think the whole thing to take away from this is that being healthy is just embedded into the whole
Yeah.
food culture
Yeah,
of Japan, right?
It's not a choice here.
Right, right. Like
It's a lifestyle.
Yes. Like we willingly have to make the decision to go and eat a salad if we want to be healthy.
Right,
and
right.
miso shiru is not going to come like kateni inside of all of our food, right? We really have to go out and seek it as opposed to just being with the expectation to receive that food in general, right?
And I think this video kind of shows that like the formula for health is pretty simple,
Yeah.
regardless of where you live. It's like move more, eat less,
Yes.
eat food.
Whole
Yeah,
food.
yeah. Eat like
Right.
whole foods, eggs, rice, chicken, bread, whatever. As long as it's like, natural whole foods, right? And just
Yeah.
move it more. I mean, that's like the advice that everyone always says, right?
That's
But
Paul's motto, and that's how he stays so lean and fit.
have you seen his abs?
Yes.
No more.
Shredded, yeah.
難しいなと思うのがみんなさ、ある程度は分かってるじゃん。これやった方がいいな、
Yeah.
食べ過ぎない方がいいし運動いっぱいした方がいいって分かってるけど、だからなかなかそこに対するハードルが高くてできないなってなっちゃうことがあるんだけど、
Yeah.
これ日本に住んでたら分かると思うけど、そこのハードルがさだいぶ低くならない。
Right, right.
ね、たとえ吉野家に行ったとしてもアメリカサイズのビーフボールがブンって出てくるわけじゃなくて、なんか普通の日本人サイズのシュッて出てきて、しかもそこには漬物があってとか、なんかその、
味噌汁もある。
そう味噌汁もあるしね、そのハードルがだいぶ日本に住んでたら低いっていうのも、もちろんあるんじゃないか
Right,
なと
right,
思
right.
って
Of course, of course, of course. Yeah.
ということで健康になりたい人は日本に引っ越しましょう。
Says in Japanese.
I know, right?
で字幕つける字幕つける。
Study Japanese and then go.
皆さんは、今日動画をね一緒に見てみてどう感じられたでしょうか。意見があればコメント欄までよろしくお願いします。
Please tell us your opinion. Why do you think Japanese people lose a lot of weight? In your words.
他に僕らにリアクションしてほしい動画があればコメント欄までよろしくお願いします。
Please.
それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。チャンネル登録
おね
がい
します。